dark and difficult times lie ahead. Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is easy.
How you doing, guys? Only me. You may remember some time ago I said I was doing a subject access request to Merseyside Police for all of the files that they may have on me, all the intelligence files, any crime reports, anything at all that they had on me. I asked them for. Now I received a response from that, which gave me some information. It told me about some phone calls that I'd made to the police. Now I get a lot of people that say, oh, you're a fucking wanker, and you know, you'd soon be phoning the police if you needed them, and this, that and the other. Well, the fact of the matter is, yes, if a crime is being committed, I will call the police. Somebody calls me a name, I'm not going to call the police. You know what I mean? Somebody barges into me, I'm not going to call the police. I will call the police and get them to do the job that they are there for, which is dealing with or preventing crime. So yes, for those of you who often say, oh, you'd soon be crying if you needed the police and they didn't turn up, yes, I would. Because I would only phone them in the event of an actual crime taking place or for the prevention of a crime. Okay, not somebody taking my fucking photo. Now, in the file that they sent me, which wasn't very big, it was a 43-page document, the first several pages of which are just codes, like a legend, if you like, telling you what certain abbreviations and codes mean throughout the rest of the document. And as I say, many of these pages are to do with incidents that I've reported. I've had my phone stolen, I've had a motorbike damaged, you know, things like that. Things, as I say, that actually need looking into by the police. So there are quite a few incidents where I phoned the police in that respect. Now, there's been other incidents where I've been involved with the police, where the police have questioned me or I've been arrested, etc., etc. However, the document that they sent back to me distinctly lacked in any real information that I was looking for, the information that I expected them to have. For example, and this is me now being brutally honest, so this is something that I've done. I'm not a goody two-shoes, and by no means have I ever tried to put across that I am. If I've committed a crime, I'll put my hands up to it and I'll admit to that. Okay, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed necessary for that crime. The reason that I fight back is because too many police officers are dealing with things that are not crimes. And in fact, we've seen it a lot where the police have said, you know, get in touch with us even if it is a non-crime. If you feel that your feelings have been hurt, get in touch with us, for example. And that's ridiculous. That's the kind of thing that I will stand up against. Okay, so to give you an idea of what I'm talking about now, this here, 26th of December, October 2014. 26th of October 2014. I was arrested for production of cannabis, production and cultivation of cannabis, a Class B drug. I'm not going to go into all of the details because that's not necessary, but I'm using this as an example to show you, first of all, that I'm just a normal person and I make mistakes. But secondly, the main point of this video, which I'll get to very shortly. So as you can see there, I was arrested. It was produced controlled drug of Class B cannabis. The detainee has been charged with the offences outlined below. Producing an unknown quantity, 67 plants of cannabis, a controlled drug of Class B in contravention with Section 4(1) of the Misuse of Drugs Act. Circumstances of arrest, suspicion, cannabis production and abstract electricity. Officers attended detained person's home tonight where Misuse of Drugs Act warrant executed. Approximately 50 small cannabis plants found inside and associated hydroponics. Electric meter also found to have been bridged Detained person was only person present. Caution and arrest. No reply. And I was arrested to allow the prompt and effective investigation. I was held for 1 day, 8 hours and 42 minutes, 30 hours, and just have a flip through this. No, and that is pretty much it. That is pretty much all the information there. The rest of it is just the rubbish that the police put down. You know, like what I had on me and all that kind of stuff, okay? What illnesses I might have and everything else. And that is literally everything that is listed under that incident. Excuse me. Now, I'm using that as an example. I'm not going to go through anything else on this particular file because it's non-important to what I'm talking about. But I then contacted the data protection officer who was dealing with my subject access request. And I said to him, as you can see here, hi Samuel, thank you for sending me the files again for me. I have been through them and I feel there is more information available that's not here. For example, I did ask in my request for any intelligence files, crime reports, that's both reports I have made and reports made against me, notebook entries, emails sent or received using official police systems, complaints made against me, call recordings, including recordings made by me and made about me, statements made against me or with which I am mentioned, and any and all information in all available formats which mentions me or are related to me. I appreciate you're busy, must get lots of requests. I also appreciate it may be a pain trying to find information, but I know there is more data held that either names me or is related to me. So then I had an email back saying, no, giving me another document, which I went through. Then he sent me another document, which for intelligence is absolutely piss poor. Now they're either hiding something from me or they're purposely being pedantic, maybe due to the way that I've worded my request. I'm not 100% sure, but this is what I received after reiterating exactly what it was that I wanted. And I did say in another email, which I sent through my personal email account, I gave them some more identifiers. So obviously your name is an identifier, your date of birth is an identifier, your car is an identifier, your address is an identifier. You know, all these different things that can identify who you are. So I gave them all the identifiers I could. I gave them a list of multiple addresses, my date of birth, my name, and also the YouTube channel. And this is what I received. Now this is just standard. The first few pages of this is standard on every SAR that they send out. It just says whether or not the information I've requested is being given to me or not, and whether it's redacted or not. And then you have some pages of, the abbreviations and expressions. So all of these abbreviations and expressions, all these pages here, then a blank page, and then some more information about the data subject, purpose, just boring shit really, absolutely pointless, and all of that's pointless as well. So this is 7 pages worth of information. 6 pages of it is not even fit for wiping my arse on. Then we get to page 7, and this is the last page in this subject access request response, okay? And this is it. I write in relation to your subject access request received on the 30th of the 5th. As requested, please see the additional response data below. My name, my date of birth, has a YouTube channel called Police Abusing Powers UK. Well, that's incorrect. I don't have a YouTube channel called Police Abusing Powers UK. I have a Facebook page called Police Abusing Powers UK, but not a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is simply Police Abusing Powers. So that's wrong. The second point, On the 22nd or the 20th of the 2nd, 2019, I was arrested outside Crosby Police Station for breach of Section 50. The case has now been no further actioned. And the third point, Merseyside Police hold information detailing my previous addresses. And they are trying to tell me that this is the only intelligence, apart from what I've just shown you, and a few logs of phone calls that I've made. And they're trying to tell me that that's the only information that they have on their intelligence on me. Now, Urban Explorer did a subject access request some time ago. And his intelligence file had things like, he's got a new camera. He was seen going into this shop. You know, real intelligent stuff. Not intelligent, but real intelligence. And considering that 21 days after I got arrested, I went back to Crosby Police Station and I was spoken to by 2 police officers who recognised me. And yet that isn't on the intelligence file? Really? I mean, do you think that I believe that that information is not on the intelligence file? There was also an incident where I was accused of something some time ago now. You know, we're talking about 10 years ago. I was accused of something. And I went to the police because of that accusation and I asked them to look into it, which they did. And they spoke to the person involved, and the person involved admitted that the accusation was false. Yet none of that's on my file. They've got no record of that. I was also arrested a few years after, or a couple of years after that, for a fight in Liverpool town centre, where I got put in the back of a police van. You know, all the usual palaver. But that's not mentioned anywhere either. And I get that certain things will, you know, will stay on your record for a certain amount of time. Certain things are on your record for life, depending on your age, etc. But this stuff, although it may not get brought up in a normal, you know, in a basic check, when they do a PNC check, the police do a PNC check, right? They're going to get information like, you know, he's been involved in fights. You know, I got arrested. I got taken to court. I was very lucky. I got community service for a fight that I had when I was about in my early 20s, 20 years ago. And I ended up having to do 100 hours community service for a fight that I had. That kind of stuff's going to get brought up in a PNC check. Now, although that happened, that fight that I got arrested and went to court for, although that happened years ago and in an entirely different end of the country to where I am now, so I don't expect that to come up on this search. But it's just, it seems to me like the police are trying not to give me information that I already know exists. I've done a subject access request to Essex Police, and that incident's not on there. I was in my 20s. I know I was in my 20s because my son, my eldest son, was born not long after it all happened. So I know I was in my 20s. 22, I think I was. So that would still be on my record. But it's not. On the Essex Police subject access request, it's not on there. The same as there is information that is missing from my Merseyside Police subject access request, and I just don't understand why they think, or how they think that what you're seeing here on your screen right now, why they would think that I would just accept that that's all the intelligence that they have on me. Now again, unless I've worded my subject access request incorrectly, which I don't think I have. In fact, let's have a look at the subject access request. So my subject access request actually stated any and all information in all held formats, including notebook entries, emails sent or received on official police email addresses, complaints held against me, call recordings, including recordings if available, any and all CCTV footage from within Merseyside police stations, intelligence files, specifically all mentions of myself, any and all body-worn video, any and all interview records, written or recorded, crime reports, statements made against me or which mention me, literally any and all information relating to myself. I've already received information relating to incident number, which was my arrest for photographing up until the end of March. So anything between 20th of February and the last day of March can be omitted from this request, unless more information in any format has been added to the above incident number since the last day of March. I think that's pretty, I think that pretty much covers. I want everything you've fucking got. But yet, I end up with this. And I end up with a 43-page document, 6 pages of which are just shit. We've got recordings or record of calls that I've made to the police. Got a custody report for when I was arrested for production of cannabis. I bet that's changed your opinion of me, isn't it? And even in this document, because I said to omit anything with regards to my arrest at Crosby Police Station, which they've done, and they're trying to tell me that this is literally all they have. Literally all they have. And that's it, end of file. There's just nothing there. They've not given me anything. And it's ridiculous. I mean, even in the Essex Police one, I got caught multiple times driving illegally when I was younger. Multiple times. I was over 17. I was in my 20s. And I got caught multiple times. And yet none of that is in my Essex Police, it's not electronic file, it's paper file, which is over there, and I'm not getting that out and faffing about, but there's literally no information that they want to give me. Bloody fly. I need some chopsticks. Daniel's son, a Karate Kid. So I don't get it. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it's really pissing me off, to be honest. So I've asked data protection twice, and they've sent me that same information twice. That last one that you've just seen, the 7-page long, 6 pages of which is just bullshit, and then this page that says this is the information we have on you. So for that reason, I'm going to now go to ICO, Information Commissioner's Office, and tell them that I've requested details and they're failing to provide them to me. And hopefully the Information Commissioner's Office can then tell them to give me the information that I'm asking for. Now, I appreciate that if you're looking for specifics, you give them the dates and times, okay? I'm not asking for specifics. I'm not saying I want information about the fight that I had or anything like that. I'm not saying that I want all the information about when my mobile phone was nicked and then give them the dates and all that stuff. I'm not asking for specifics. I've said to Merseyside Police, I've lived in Liverpool for 12 years. I want anything and everything you've got over those 12 years. And compared to a lot of Scousers, my file isn't going to be very thick. Okay, and there's no offence to Scousers because I've got some great friends at the Scousers here. So, but compared to a lot of Scouser scallies, as they're called up here, half my age, so 20-year-olds who have got files 10 times thicker than mine, I don't think it's an unreasonable request. But apparently They've not told me that they can't give me information, they're just failing to give me the information. And that's pissed me off. So I'm going to get in touch with the Information Commissioner's office and I'm going to tell them that I'm not happy, and hopefully they will be able to sort something out for me. Now, considering that when you used to do a subject access request a year or so ago, you used to have to pay £10. I'm quite happy to pay £10 for them to give me all the information. You know what I mean? But what you're finding these days is that since they've turned around and said you don't have to pay anymore, because there's no statutory price or that you have to pay, they can charge you pretty much whatever they want. So if they turn around and say there's too much information, it's going to take longer than X amount of hours, like 8 hours or whatever it is, therefore we're going to charge you 400 quid. Now trust me, I've had that email, okay? There's so much information, we're not going to be able to do it in the time frame that's allotted to us, therefore we're going to have to charge you, and now we can charge you whatever the fuck we want because the £10 statutory payment has been abolished. And this stops people from requesting all of their information. But again, considering I've only been up here for 12 years and I've been relatively good since I've been up here, there shouldn't be a lot, and it's not going to be difficult for them to find everything that they've got on me. So just thought I'd share this with you because, you know, I like to keep everybody updated on the things that I'm doing. When I can, I'll give it. Okay, so thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Leave us a comment. Love to hear what you think. If any of you guys have done subject access requests and for intelligence files and it's come back really comprehensive, or whether they've given you similar to what they've given me, then let us know in the description. I'd like to know how many people have had, you know, full disclosure. You know, obviously redacted parts that identify the people, but full disclosure on things that you've done or intelligence files that they've got on you. Don't forget, I've got the Section 50 Police Reform Act change.org petition. You can click on that link in the description, go and sign that. Go and have a read of the campaign page, go and sign that. That's going to help us out loads. Check through the rest of the links down below as well if you want to buy any merchandise. I've got some hoodies, t-shirts, male and female, with some cool designs on. Check them out as well down below. And I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much again, and until next time.
Good night all.